Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome back. So I'm mourning the loss of two of my fingernails, you guys. So please ignore. My poor fingernails broke off. I'm thinking about just taking them all off, and that'll solve that problem. But I'm at one of my favorite restaurants out here in Hollywood. I gotta get some food, you guys. So I hope you guys don't mind that I'm eating. I'm about to dig in. I like what they did to the restaurant. Like, it looks really nice. They remodeled it and they said it was like a 2-month renovation. I was like, okay, y'all did this while I was in New York. Okay then. Looks really nice out here. It's beautiful. And y'all know it's crazy. I've been so out of the loop. I just realized today is the Super Bowl. I'm like, I didn't even know. I had no clue until people around me was talking about, oh, you watching the Super Bowl? Hell no, I'm trying to get up out of here before all these crazy people come out here. And so we have like, what, an hour and a half before the Super Bowl starts? So I'm trying to just hurry and get done. I'm trying to go ahead and eat and get done. You guys who are wondering, yes, I'm at Hooters. At Hooters in Hollywood. But I want to talk to you guys about this topic. And it's something I actually introduced first to my Facebook following. What's this? Is this supposed to be? Okay, I got some sliders. They gave me a lot. Dang, they hooked your girl up. I didn't even need all that. They hooked me up. Okay. Shout out to the manager over here at the Hooters in Hollywood. But, okay, yeah, so I first brought this topic idea. Hope you guys can hear me because they got these TVs like all the way up. And I can't control the speakers and nothing, but. Oh, yeah. I had basically told my Facebook following that I am interested in a polyandrous relationship. It falls under polygamy. There are two main types of polygamy. Polyandry and polygyny. Polyandry is actually with more than one husband, and polygyny is with more than one. And you'll be surprised how many people had no idea they had no idea, first of all, that polyandry even exists. And I'm like, yeah, it's a thing, you guys. I gotta eat me some delicious food first.
To most, he's feminism, pro-golf.
Oh, good.
Well, Dad. So when his joint
oh my God,
got really bad, it scared me. And what could that pain mean?
Joint pain could mean joint damage. Ambro helps relieve joint
How you guys doing?
Stop irreversible joint
Who's
damage.
watching the Super Bowl?
And help skin get clearer. Ambro may lower your ability to fight infections. Serious, sometimes fatal events, including infections, tuberculosis, lymphoma, cancers, nervous system and blood disorders, and allergic reactions have occurred.
This is my first time eating today, y'all, so I gotta eat real quick. But feel free to comment. Say hello. Tell me where you guys are tuning in from. Don't be shy.
Dad's back to being Dad.
Visit Enroll.com and use the joint damage simulator to see how your joint damage could be progressing.
Unless you guys want to watch me eat.
FDA approved for over 16 years.
I'm about to get in this conversation, y'all.
Our journey begins. One that can take us anywhere. Discovering everything this incredible life has to offer. At HealthMed, we are dedicated to making sure you're covered at every stage of life. Because we believe
They added more TVs too.
safety net for their health.
There's a lot of TVs in here. Like, I don't remember seeing this many TVs out here. In this food, there's so many TVs.
Your journey. There's HealthMed. Coverage for every stage of life.
Spectrum Mobile now has the iPhone XS with a breakthrough dual camera system, so I can take a laser
So
photo
delicious.
with Spectrum Mobile's unmatched network. I can easily share those photos with the whole world. That's something I had to do. I always send you photos. Oh, for me and Mark. By the way, you think we need to get out?
I am not playing. What's up, Georgia in the building? I am hungry. I don't play about my food, man. And the weather is beautiful out here. It's like in the upper 50s, y'all. It feels great.
In the Pepsi Super Bowl 53 halftime show. And we're all looking forward to seeing Maroon 5 performing at halftime. Their lead singer, Adam Levine, shared a special
Sorry to tease y'all. Alright, let me go ahead and get into this video. So, it's to me, like, it amazes me to see how many people have never heard of polyandry. And, I mean, everybody's heard of polygamy, and they assume that polygamy is just all about a man having more than one wife. But there is a flip side to polygyny, which is the male having more than one wife, and it's called polyandry. And that's something that I've really been thinking about for a long time. And I brought it to my Facebook following, and the reactions of some people were like, oh my gosh, people have all kinds of assumptions. I think the biggest misconception is that most people automatically think it's about sex. And I'm like, sex is important. It's really important, but that's not why I'm attracted to polyandry. What's up, Ebony? Where are you tuning in from, Ebony? It's more to having a partnership or relationship with more than one partner than sex, you guys. Like, you can do that outside of marriage. You don't have to do that. You don't have to establish that kind of relationship in the context of a long-term relationship in a marriage if you just want to fuck different people. That ain't what this is about. But that's the first thing that comes to mind. And another comment that I got when I made this post on Facebook was from women who were surprised to even, not just women, but also men were surprised to even believe that a man will be open to that kind of relationship. They're like, where would you find your husbands? Like, where are these men who are open to sharing their wife, as they say, with more than one man? And that, in and of itself, is another interesting perception that many people have. They assume that having a polygamous relationship is about sharing partners, and we're not. It's not about that, you guys. Like, I think a lot of you guys missed the whole thing. So I'm gonna touch briefly about what polygamy means to me in terms of polyandry. And it ain't about me sharing myself with multiple men. No, I don't even see it that way. If anything, we're sharing each other. But I feel like it's really about building family. It's about building connection with multiple people. It's about building a little tribe in and of itself. And it serves its purpose for many different reasons. I mean, there are many different positive outcomes that result from a polygamous relationship. Some of you guys don't get it. There's economic growth and stability, because when you have more than one person in a union, of course it's going to be more than, not more than one person. Of course it's going to be more than one person in traditional marriage, right? But I'm talking about more than one partner. In a union, yes, there you go. Bingo. Author Jay Brinkley. You nailed it. Building wealth, which some people don't quite understand. And I actually told, like, I'm talking to several guys, right? And I'm telling them, like, about my interests, and they're kind of drawn to this idea of polyandry, which to a lot of y'all surprised who thought that, oh, I'm not going to find men or come across men who are interested. There are men out there who are actually interested. I actually have several prospects. When I say several, I can count on 5 fingers how many people, probably even more than that, how many men who are interested in this kind of arrangement. And one of the guys that I was talking to
right at the
I told him about group economics. Asking like, what is the point of it? What is the purpose of it? Right? Like, what? Why? I said, well, one of the things is group economics, and he was like, what? He didn't even know what that term meant. I'm like, dude, you disqualified. If you don't know what group economics means, you out of the picture, dude. Disqualified. I mean, granted, I am a teacher. I love to educate, but come on now, I ain't trying to be schooling you up on this stuff. Like, I want to meet people who are already attuned, who are already educated, who already done their research, who are interested. I'm not here to convince any man who prefers a monogamous relationship on why he should be involved in a polyandry. Now, granted, a lot of men just are curious, right? So they have all these questions. But I'm like, I don't mind answering questions, but I'm not here to convince anybody. And I'm not here really to teach. Like, I'm not here to go get involved into this freaking, I don't know, polygamous workshop trying to teach people. Like, no. I mean, maybe that'll come later down the road, but that's not why I'm here. You know, let's make this clear. It was so good. This burger reminds me of
Not bad.
Crystal Burger. It's so good. But I told him, I said, that's not, when I say here, I mean on the dating app. I'm on the dating app. And then guys just, they want to learn. They have all these, like 1,000. They coming back. I find it interesting though, when I mentioned that I am interested in a polyamorous relationship. Or not polyamorous, but polyandry. Because polyamorous is something totally different. Polyamorous is more about like having multiple sexual partners. This is really not about sex. We were taught to believe a certain way in America. This is why it's good to learn global history and learn different cultures. Definitely. Definitely. I'm gonna talk about, I've been talking to like several African guys too. And one is from Sierra Leone. And even like his perspective, granted, he was born to a mother and a father who are involved in a polygamous relationship. So his father had multiple wives, right? But his reservation, his hesitation to approach this lifestyle is about the possibility of jealousy creeping in, right? And I thought that he was going to say like jealousy among the wives. He actually said jealousy among the siblings. And I'm like, that is an interesting dynamic. So he was speaking from personal experience. Now he said his father had died, right, when he was young. So when his father died, that left his father's wives basically to fend for themselves and raise the children for themselves. And the way they went about it, he said, to me was quite interesting because he's like, Todd, exactly, nation building, that's what it's about. What's up, Nicole? What's up? But he said that his father was basically, I mean, after his father died, the wives, they kind of went apart. So they were left to kind of fend for themselves. And instead of them coming together, I say, really, the death of your father should have brought these women together. Should have brought these women together to raise their children together. But it was like, he said that, excuse me, y'all, like I said, I'm mourning the death of my 2 fingernails. I had to get my nails done. But he said that it's not that the wives don't get along, because they do get along, and they're more like sister wives. He calls the other wives his mother, you know, even though they're not his like biological mom, he refers to them as mothers. So I'm like, I get that, but why is there jealousy among the siblings? It was like, you don't know, there's just like this competitive nature where he really has a preference for his biological, his siblings that came from his mother, the siblings that he shares the same mother with. Granted, they all have the same father, but they have different mothers, and he was like, he will always favor the siblings that he shares the same mother with. And I'm like, interesting. I said, I feel like there's nothing wrong with having a preference, right? I mean, that happens, but I feel like if you guys were all raised in the same group, which he said that they were, what is the issue here? I say I would imagine that there would be a stronger connection between all of you guys. There would be an equal connection, not really stronger, but an equal connection amongst all of you guys. And he was like, no, it's not really equal, because that he feels there's a stronger connection with the siblings that he shares the same biological mother with, right? So I'm like, okay. I say, but he feels like it's impossible to have an equal connection with siblings that you don't share the same mother with. I said, nothing is impossible, number one. And I say, do you know that there are adopted siblings who are closer to each other than biological siblings? So it's not really about blood. Yes, blood can be something that binds people together, right? And that creates this closeness, but it's deeper than blood, man. Sister-wise, well, this is something different, Nicole. This isn't really, I mean, the conversation I'm talking about, you know, sister-wise, but it's not really about that. The topic, polyandry, is multiple husbands. So it's basically the flip of polygyny, which is multiple wives. Because people get that mistaken. Even the guys I'm talking to, they're like, oh, I'm open to polyandry. I was like, okay, let me make sure that we are on the same page, because I think they're thinking multiple wives. I mean, what guy isn't open to that, right? Most men are open to that. So when I give them a little quick snapshot of what it means, they're like, okay, no, well, I'm open to multiple wives. I said, well, we're not talking about the same thing, so let's end this conversation here, because I'm making it very clear that I am here because I'm interested in establishing a polyandrous relationship. Multiple husbands, multiple male partners, and we're not talking about sexual partners, you guys. I can get that outside of marriage. I don't want that. That is not my goal. So yeah, I'm talking to the guy, Sierra Leone. He's been actually in New York for like 15 years. I'm just attracted to New Yorkers. That's just my preference, right? Because on top of that, I'm moving back to New York when I finish my studies here. A week from now, a year from now. So like spring of next year, I'll be moving back to New York. I wish a week from now. Shoot, I wish. But trying to talk and eat at the same time, that was a good idea. It just started raining too, y'all. But even him, what's up? Jody James. But even when I told him, when I basically clarified it for him, right, and told him that I'm talking about multiple husbands, he was like, oh yeah. He's interested. Are you interested in that? He was like, yes, I'm interested. And even like other guys I talked to clarify to make sure that we're on the same page. They're like, oh yeah, I know what polyandry means. I'm like, okay. I said, so what draws you to polyandry? Because this is the thing. For women who want multiple husbands, you guys have to make sure that you clarify. You get an understanding of what is drawing these men to that kind of relationship. You have to make sure you guys are on the same page. But just because they say, oh, they're open to a relationship with multiple husbands, and you said the same thing, doesn't mean that you guys are on the same page. You can want it for one reason, and they can want it from a totally different reason, right? And so you have to weed those guys out, because you'll have guys that are like, oh, well, I want a threesome. I always wanted to have a threesome with 2 guys and a girl. Dude, get your ass on. Get your freaky little hairy dick ass on. That's not what I'm here for. What the fuck do I look like, right? And then even like one of the responses I got on Facebook when I initially shared it on Facebook was, the guy was like, oh, so yeah, my days are gonna be Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I'm like, first of all, I'm not even interested in dating any guy from Facebook. That's a conflict of interest, because Facebook is where I do my business. Secondly, you don't get to make that decision talking about you want Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's not what this is about. This is a full-time deal here. This ain't no part-time Tuesdays and Thursdays. Like, so that's not what it's about. But where was I headed? So yeah, the guy, you know, guys are open to it and they're like, yeah, that's what I want. You'll be surprised because you have like even women that commented on my post, they were like questioning whether or not it's something that I can actually make happen. And one girl was like, oh, that's just a dream, that's just a fantasy. Really? So it's gonna be surprising to you guys when I actually come in front of you guys with these men. You guys see like, damn, she was dead ass serious. Like she actually she actually did it. And I was even thinking about doing a documentary too, like a short documentary on it. Because I mean, it's something I think that, yes, I don't mind educating people about. But I ain't here to be sitting up here trying to put dudes on game, like trying to school them, like, or trying to persuade. I ain't know. I want people who are ready for this, you know, just as ready as I am, you know, because I'm too old to do all that. I ain't got time for that. I'm 35 years old. I don't have any kids. I'm trying to build a family here. What was I about to say though? It was something I was about to say.
Sports HQ, the free 24/7 sports news network for smarter fans.
But so the guy Sierra Leone, right, who was saying how it he saw that there were problems, you know, within the union that his father had with his wives, right, and the children, and how they don't really, like, he talked to his siblings, but he said he kind of like more closer to the siblings that he had shared the same mother with, right? And he was like, oh, there's gonna be problems, there's jealousy, and I was just like, no, not in my union. So I like that this is what he said that really, it really touched my heart, right? Because I like open-minded people. He said, well, maybe because it was like that because it was the man who had multiple wives. And sorry, y'all, I'm looking out the window. I'm gonna show you guys my view real quick. This is why I am very much distracted by this beautiful view right here. So that's what's going on across the street. Chinese theater. I'm right here outside of Hollywood Walk of Fame. But he was like, maybe because, you know, my dad, he had multiple wives, and so being that it was like more of a patriarchal led family, that's probably why there were, you know, issues like of jealousy and all this division and stuff. But he was like, I don't know, maybe with polyandry, when a woman, you know, has multiple husbands and she's kind of like the head, it can be different. So I like that he's open to, because you have men that they're not open to that. And even like the girl who come in was like, oh, you're not gonna be able to make that happen. That's not gonna be possible, right? And I'm like, you'll be surprised. Like, you'll be surprised, because a lot of people have this belief that, oh, a heterosexual man would not be open to such kind of thing, that they're not gonna, they ain't feeling it, right? They're like, oh, most men like to have, you know, multiple wives. They're not open to sharing their wife. But yeah, I've been in conversation with people, and you will be surprised. Now, the guy from Sierra Leone, he did make it clear that he did not want to have a threesome. He was like, he don't want to be like, he's not gay. He made that very clear, right? He's like, I'm not gay. I ain't fucking no man, you know. But he is open to the idea of sharing like the same household and having a union and, you know, being one of the husbands. So I'm like, okay, then we can talk. And he's so titillated by this whole idea is that he just is very interested. You'll be surprised how like conversations such as this can really turn a lot of men on. Men who are open-minded.
Order your pizza now at
pizzahut.com.
And folks, we'll be back with more.
I gotta talk fast so I can better hear in this video. Yeah, it's 2 o'clock. So there's gonna be a whole load of people coming up here. And I ain't trying to be a part of that now. But yeah, to understand the main principle behind polygamous relationships, right? To understand, like you guys have said, it's about wealth building, nation building, You can accomplish so much more when you have multiple people involved in the union than you can with just 2 people. And then if you can get past this whole idea of yourself, because I think that's the main issue why a lot of men are closed-minded to this idea, is because they only see themselves. What are my needs? How are my needs getting met? How are they going to get met if she's dividing her attention amongst 2 men? It ain't about me dividing my attention. I don't see it that way. The attention will not be divided. Even if there were, like, on the flip side, 2 wives and 1 husband, nobody's attention is divided. We are all in the same union together. We're all in this thing together, y'all. And just imagine the possibilities, things that can happen when you have more than 1 person in a union. And more than, I keep saying more than 1 person, but more than 1 partner. You know, you have multiple people, more than 2 people in a union like that.
Never want to stop floating. Splish, never want to stop splishing. Never want to stop breathing.
Possibilities are endless.
Because once you choose fun, you never want to stop.
You guys, I'm about to wrap this video up, but you guys tell me what you guys think about this. Because as I see it, it's very doable. I think you have a lot of men who, they're dominant men, right? And I even had one man that was like, how is this going to work? Because I'm very possessive. I said, you can still be possessive and be in a polygamous relationship with other husbands.
CBS 2 News, we're on your side.
You guys are going to be bros. You guys are going to have this tight-knit partnership that you can appreciate. You know, we all are just going to be one happy family. And I'm going to come back and show you guys, because I know there are a lot of doubters out there like, she ain't about to do that, or she can't make that happen.
All right, let me tell you.
Y'all don't know me.
Because
Y'all don't know your girl like that.
was built on storytelling. Movies, TV,
But you know, I'm trying to finish this food, so
and more.
I'm going to catch you guys later, but feel free to drop your comments below. I want to hear what you guys think about this. Honestly, there's so many. I think this conversation stimulates people's minds to have like so many different questions, concerns. I've got asked a lot of questions, and I'm like, sometimes it can be kind of annoying because people, their questions are based on assumptions, right? And I get it. We all make assumptions, you know.
But that was only the beginning.
But yeah, just feel free to drop your questions below. And if you know someone who's in a polygamous relationship, or if you have experience in one, I want to hear from you guys. Drop your comments below, and I'll catch you guys later. I gotta finish eating.